again. We are going to go over how to do part one of the project. So, part one of the project was your level of education, your job availability, and your monthly income. So, um, the first thing for level of education is that we need to find out what our grade average is. So I can't see your grades the same way that you can, but when you go into your grade book and you go to review your grades, you're gonna go to my class for the first, second, and third 9 weeks, and there's going to be a letter grade and then like a decimal number under it. So what you would do is you would get those decimal numbers and you would write them down here. And this is going to be for the GPA education level. So you would get the numbers from the gradebook. Let's say, for example, for the first 9 weeks, it was 2.50. For the second 9 weeks, it was 3.50. And for the third 9 weeks, something happened and it was a 1.50. So what you would do is you would add these numbers together and then divide them. So we're going to add them together right here. So 2.5 plus 3.5 plus 1.5 equals it equals 7.5. So we're going to go ahead and write that there. And we are going to divide this by 3 because in order to get the average, you have to add and multiply and divide by how many numbers there are. So we're going to divide this by 3. That's going to equal our average GPA is a 2.50. So now that we have that number, we're going to go back into the instructions and we're going to see the level of education that we would have. So a 2.5 would be considered a B. Let me go back to the actual, I'm sorry, that's a little confusing. Let me go back to part one. Okay. What just happened? Okay. So here's the score. So like I told you, I have a 2.5. So I'm going to try to match it to the instructions. So it says here 2.5 to 3.49 is considered a master's degree. So we're going to write that here. Level of education equals master's degree. So now what we're going to do is we are going to figure out what type of job we want to do and what we can do with a master's degree. So I know, for example, because of the master's that I'm currently taking, that you can become a school counselor with a master's degree. So you would now look up school counseling jobs. We're gonna put Miami, Florida, because you can pick from Miami-Dade County, Broward County, or Monroe County. So I Googled it, but another way you can do it is go to Indeed.com or Glassdoor. Glassdoor is really good because it shows you the average, and then you can actually look for job positions through there. So I'm going to go to school counselor. And we have to look for the requirements. So here it says that I must have a master's degree in guidance and counseling. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the website and I'm going to see if I can find the job, the payment. Now when I try to click it, it won't let me open up the job. So I'm just gonna use this information here. So I'm going to go ahead and screenshot the guidance counselor position. And I'm gonna see if it's possible, if I can actually open the link in a new tab maybe, so I can share the link. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste the link. Job is school counseling, and here's the link of the job, and here is the picture. Now the reason why I recommended for you to find a job that already has the pay included is so that you wouldn't have to do this part, but I'm going to show you it anyways. So we know that we want to be a guidance counselor in Miami, Florida. We would look up then average salary for guidance counselor, Miami, Florida. So ZipRecruiter says about $35,000 to $86,000 a year. And the average says 57,058. So we're going to pretend that this is the amount of money that we're going to be earning per year. So average, so salary, we're going to put $57,058 per year. So what that would equal, and how we would find out how much we would be getting monthly, is we would get the number, so $57,058, and since this is per year, we're going to be able to break this off into per month. And the way we'll do that is we will divide it by 12, because there's 12 months in a year. That means that the amount of money we would earn per month is $4,754.83. Okay, so we have that done, and I'm going to include my source of where I got that information from. So I'm just going to copy and paste the link. So now we have that. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to include, okay, we have the job availability, and we have the level of education. Now, for part 2, we're supposed to have a housing budget, so I'm just going to show you how to do it with this number, because in that video that I posted initially, I hadn't found a job yet, so I just went off of a random number, but I'm going to show you here, okay? So we know that it's $4,754.83 per month that we have to play with. Now we need to find our housing budget. Now remember, this part is not supposed to be of part 1. I'm just showing you this. So housing budget is 30% of how much we make per month. That means that we would have to multiply $4,754.83 by 0.3, which is 30%. So when you multiply it, it's going to give you a smaller number, $1,426,449. That would be how much you would be earning a month. And we would round that to 1426.45. So that would be how much money you have to spend for the housing budget. This would be your salary, how much you earn per year, and this would be how I calculated what level of education I had based on my GPA. So I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope that I was able to help you understand what's expected.